Hari Om from Sharda and Nirmal Mangal from Mumbai. We've been asked to say a few words about the history of Chinmaya Goloka, the Chinmaya Center, on the occasion of Chinmaya Amrit Mahotsav.
We were active members of Chinmaya Mission San Diego from the year 2001 to 2003. Our children were going to Bal Vihar then, but due to a change of job, we had to return back to Phoenix. We were already living in Phoenix before that. So then, with the Lakshmi Ji's guidance and encouragement, who is the current Acharya of San Diego Center, and with the blessings of Puja Gurudev Swami Tejmayananji, we started a very small gathering of 3 to 4 families from our home. But soon as time went on, the families grew and more families were joining. And so our living room, it became too small to hold so many people. And we quickly ran out of all our bedrooms in the house. So then we had to start looking outside of our homes. And so we rented a local daycare on Sundays. Before long, even that space became too small. And we moved on to renting high school facilities to hold our Bal Vihar classes and adult study groups. So each move reflected the growing enthusiasm, dedication, and commitment of our Chinmaya community in Phoenix.
And as that time went on, it became clear that to continue to grow for our members and for future generations, we really needed a permanent center. And finding a place which is large enough to have classrooms, a hall for prayers and events and other support spaces, do that. So with that we were able to acquire a Phoenix Center, which was later on named as Chinmaya Goloka by Puja Swami Tejmayananji.
Hari Om. Since establishing our permanent center at Chinmaya Goloka, Chinmaya Mission Phoenix has grown into more than just a facility. It has become a thriving spiritual home. Today, we are a blessed community of over 130 families. And at the heart of our mission is the Bal Vihar program, where nearly 300 children from pre-K through 12th grade gather to nurture the value, knowledge, and character that will define their future. We believe heritage is a living connection. Through our language classes in Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, and Malayalam, we help our youth stay rooted in their cultural identity. But growth isn't just for the young. Our adult study groups provide a welcoming sanctuary for seekers at every stage of life, offering a space for deep spiritual learning, reflection, and shared discussion. Fueling our community with youthful energy is our very own junior chick group, and they lead the way in everything, organizing meaningful programs and service projects that transform ancient values into modern leadership and selfless service to society. Chinmaya Mission Phoenix, rooted in tradition, growing in wisdom, serving together. Hari Om.
Hari Om. It's a great pleasure to be here in Chinmaya Mission Phoenix, which is also known as Chinmaya Goloka. Chinmaya Mission Phoenix has grown very well over the past decade, and they are ready now for an altar with Krishna as the main deity, Krishna and Radha Krishna, and other deities as well. This week they have celebrated Chinmaya Amrit Yatra very well with a lot of participants online. And I'm also very delighted that I could come here to give 3 talks on Gita Panchamritam, concluding with Paduka Puja. I really like to appreciate all the volunteers and board for taking it up and doing their best, and wish them all the best for their future projects that will improve the facility more and more. My best wishes to all the volunteers and sevaks, sevikas, members, non-members of Phoenix, and everybody, and invoke Gurudev's blessings. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om, I'm Sudha Bhatt from Bakersfield, California. My daughter Shivangi here is going to ask me a few questions about my association with Chinmaya Goloka.
Hari Om. Mummy, how did you come to be associated with Chinmaya Goloka?
It was in 2013. We had gone to PRC camp, and we were sitting there. Umaji was asking a question to Acharyaji, how to start a Bal Vihar camp in Phoenix, Chinmaya Mission. So Acharyaji pointed at me and said, take Sudha with you. She will guide you. So since then I have been going. 2014 was our first camp. And due to COVID, we could not meet for 3 years, but then we started again. So this year it will be our third camp post-COVID, and Ashokji has been coming with me since 2016 to the beginning of the COVID. Next camp is in March 16 to 28th, and Brahmachari Hariji from Dallas Center is coming as Acharya.
That's great. And what is your message for the people of Chinmaya Goloka?
I wish all the best to Chinmaya Goloka in their celebration of 1 week of the Chinmaya Amrit Yatra, as well as the year-long celebration of Chinmaya Mahotsav. Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om. My name is Sri Kumar, as Narayan ji mentioned. We are Chinmaya Mission Phoenix is located in Mesa at 325 South El Dorado. We have been in this location since about 2014. We started Chinmaya Mission Phoenix in the early 2000s in one of our members' houses, and there were like 2 or 3 families there at that time, and it has been growing organically ever since. And we first moved into a daycare center, then we moved into a high school, and when we found that none of those was sufficient for our growth, we decided we'll buy our own building. With the help of a lot of donors and well-wishers, we were able to finally acquire our own building. In 2014, we moved in here and started our classes here. What started off as a 2 or 3 member family is now close to 150 families here, with over 250 students studying Bal Vihar every Sunday. We have done a lot of improvements to the building since we moved here. One of the big things is we built a multi-purpose auditorium that now has become a center for a lot of different cultural programs, dance, music, events that we have every weekend. Every Saturday, Sunday, we have events here where people join us for various programs. One of the highlights of that was somebody celebrating their 50th wedding anniversary here, and that was a couple of years ago. It's very nice to see this hall being used for all these purposes. And we are now in the process of building a temple, a shrine that will be dedicated shortly for all the people to use. Narayanji, can we talk a little bit about some of the classes and things that we have here for our students, both adult and children?
Right. So, as all of you know, one of the major objectives of Chinmaya Mission is to spread knowledge and to make sure that every age group, right from our children all the way to the adults that come here, are served. So with that intention in mind, we have classes for kids right from pre-kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, age-appropriate, class-appropriate curriculum designed by Chinmaya Mission, with stories from several of our Puranas and scriptures, to stories about gods and goddesses, to Hindu culture, culminating in, when they get to about 9th grade, culminating in Bhagavad Gita, where they do Bhagavad Gita for 2 years, and then eventually a little bit of introduction to Vedanta for our students. So we have this very vast curriculum, and we have a committed group of teachers, and teachers keep changing, volunteer teachers keep changing, but we have about 20-25 teachers at any given year giving this information, this seva to all our students. So that is our highlight activity, and that's what attracts a lot of people to Chinmaya Mission, lots of families to Chinmaya Mission, because they're interested in their kids learning our culture and values and all of that. And that's our predominant idea, to spread that to everybody. Now, when children come here, lots of parents have some exposure to these kinds of activities back in India or here or wherever they are. But if they don't, I think kids gradually drive them into it. And therefore, we also want to make sure that they are also catered to while their kids are here for a couple of hours. Therefore, we have adult classes, and the most important adult class that we do is every year the Bhagavad Gita chapter that Central Chinmaya Mission decides for that year is what we do as an adult study class, where adults have a moderator doing it, and we have adult study class on that. In addition to that, we have multiple classes. For example, if somebody is new to Chinmaya Mission, they did not have any exposure to what our activities are, they go through something like a Kindle Life to get them started. We have advanced classes like Atma Bodha, Tattva Bodha, Vivek Chudamani, depending on different times of the year. We have Bhakti texts like Narada Bhakti Sutra. We have letters from Gurudev. So lots of different activities, and we want to give the families a flavor for a lot of things that Chinmaya Mission does, so that they can choose it. In addition, we have language classes also. Right now we have Hindi, Telugu, Kannada, Tamil and Malayalam classes in the second hour. So lots of kids stay back for second hour after that. And I think that is something that have added value
along with those classes that we have for children, in the second hour also we have adult study classes.
Correct. We have adult study classes second hour. So all the adult study classes that I talked about are either in the first hour or the second hour. So adults, when they stay here, will have activities for them to keep them going.
Okay. We also celebrate a lot of festivals. We also celebrate a lot of other events within Chinmaya Mission. Just a few weeks ago, we celebrated Sankranti, where a lot of our Telugu families had a bonfire, had good food, and did a lot of other activities there. We celebrate Vishu, we celebrate Onam, we celebrate Hanuman Jayanti, Ram Navami, Diwali, Holi, all these events, various events during the course of the year. We have Golu here. What other activities do we have? Religious activities that we do in the course of the year.
So, like you mentioned, we do all these activities, and then we have every week we have Rudram that is done. So, sorry, every once month, first Monday of every month, we have Rudram that is happening here. The birthday families, kids who have birthdays during that month, adults who have birthdays during that month, can come and offer their prayers and take part in Rudram. We have a Devi Aradhana day that happens on a Friday, one Friday every month. We have Bhajan Sandhya that happens once every month on a Saturday. So we try to get a lot of people together for all these activities.
We are building a shrine here. This being Goloka, this is the name given to us by Guruji Tejo Manaji. Goloka, we have Radha and Krishna as the central deities, and we are planning to have a shrine dedication in the near future. So we already have the platform built, we are getting the murtis, and we'll have something going very shortly. We'll send notification to all of you, so you can be part of that. This is the 75th year of Chinmaya Mission. We call it the Amrit Mahotsav, and each center is doing a lot of different activities. One of the big activities that we are doing as part of that is the Hanuman Chalisa Havan, which will be a very grand event. Again, more information will be coming on those events, and we will be doing Hanuman Chalisa for a few hours in the center, and the shrine dedication. All of those activities are being planned for our center right now.
Shikumarji, we forgot to mention about the spring camps. We have spring camps that happen every spring. We will have Swamijis or Acharyas coming from other centers and helping us conduct spring camps, a week-long camp for kids of all age groups, age-appropriate content again, to make sure that we keep them active, and that's open for kids who are not coming to Chinmaya Mission also, and that's one of our ways to attract more people. So, Shikumarji, finally, as a parent of 2 kids who went through Chinmaya Mission from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, what message would you give to parents, people in the valley, about the value of Chinmaya Mission?
So the value of Chinmaya Mission is something that lives with the children for much after they leave Chinmaya Mission. Chinmaya Mission, they stay here for 10, 12 years and learn what they learn. But when we think they have left Chinmaya Mission, they've actually just started Chinmaya Mission. They just started learning or understanding the value of what they have learned. So every opportunity that I get, I ask both my children to, when they are in trouble or when they want to think about something, how does what you learned in Chinmaya Mission help them? And they are able to point to certain things and say, when we were in this class, this is what was taught, and this is why we think like this. And so, Chinmaya Mission is not an afterthought. It is something that is in you, and it will stay with you forever. If you go through the curriculum, if you go through the program, it is a very wonderful program, and I wish that more and more people would come and join us for these kind of activities.
So thank you so much, Shikumarji, for explaining what the activities of Chinmaya Mission Phoenix is, and I hope all of you got an idea of what we do here. Happy Chinmaya Amrit Mahotsav. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, my name is Shruti. I'm in 12th grade. I've been with Chinmaya Mission since even before preschool, and I've been with Junior Chick since 8th grade. For me, Junior Chick, a lot of it has been finding a way to give back to a community that's given so much to me. I think I've found a big family in Chinmaya Mission and a big place to find myself, especially culture-wise. Chinmaya Mission has taught me a lot of the values that I live with today, and Junior Chick has really helped me implement that into my more daily life. So whether that be bigger picture volunteering for big things like food drives, or it be helping the other people. Our Junior Chick chapter does various volunteer projects, which gives a lot of the high schoolers here an opportunity to lead events and brings in kids from different grades as well. So something we've been doing for a long time since I was young is our food drive. And we make this a big thing, sort of like a competition where we try to get all the grades to bring as much food as they can. And it's something that I really enjoyed participating in when I was younger. I remember, we want our grades to win. And then as we get older, we start to find a lot of the importance in, donating food and like why that's really needed. We work with the United Food Bank for our food drives, and this helps all the people, especially in today's day. I think that there's a lot of people struggling. There's a lot of change happening. And so our food drive goes to help those who are not able in a situation to maybe help themselves right now. Every time we work with them, they send us a video of, thank you so much for doing this. And we show this video during our assembly to everybody after the food drive is done. So they all kind of realize, our food is going somewhere, not just to, a pizza party because we won, but to something so much bigger.
Hariom, my name is Arjun Modi, and I have been involved in Chinmaya since I was in kindergarten. Throughout my time in Chinmaya, I have found myself at 3 centers, the first 2 being in Chicago, Badri and Gangotri. And finally, in 8th grade, I started here at the center in Phoenix, Arizona. And that is also when I joined Junior Chick. So for me, how I've been involved in Junior Chick is I've really found it as a good place to enhance my values and learn a lot of hands-on skills that we can apply from our teachings in Bal Vihar. So for me, Junior Chick really was actually the place that brought out like my passion for public service and helped me realize that I'm actually somebody who can make a difference in things. I think that the whole structure of Chinmaya and Junior Chick in general is a great place that can allow for youth and like upcoming high schoolers to think of their own projects and think of ways that they can help improve the world. So some examples that we've done so far throughout my time in Junior Chick was my freshman year, we organized an event called Cards for the Elders, where we wrote holiday season cards delivered to many elders across different senior living homes in the Phoenix metro area. And another one that we did in my 10th grade year was we actually were able to partner with a local city, the city of Tempe, and we worked with them to hold a clothing drive where we were able to raise a lot of clothing and donate back to the community. And this is all things that were completely or mostly youth-led and youth coordinated, which I think is something that's really important for the growing aspects of young people nowadays. So one really important way that we've helped bolster leadership in the younger generation at Chinmaya was one of our adults volunteered to hold a leadership seminar for the whole year where all of the Junior Chick members were able to learn and gain very valuable leadership and life skills. Another way this happens is some of our coordinators have taught personal finance classes in the past. In addition, we did a whole year, which was super cool, where people from different career fields came in and spoke directly to us about what they do for work and how they make a difference and why it's important to them, which I think was really inspiring for some of our young people. And another way that we can get this creative exposure is actually through a project that's been started this year, which is the Chinmaya magazine, which is being run through Junior Chick. Through this magazine, we're able to collect stories and accounts from different members in Chinmaya, different families, in addition to making artwork and publishing it in there, as well as that. Basically, Chinmaya Junior Chick students are able to really gain like a hands-on approach to journalism and learning how to report things, which is really cool. At Junior Chick, half of our time that we spend is spent on group discussion about our scriptures and how we can apply them to daily life. I think that this is a really useful skill for all of the high school students because it's not just being in a class seminar with your 1 grade, like for me, my 11th grade class. When I'm with all these other people, I can have discussions with people who are 18, all the way to people who are just turned 13, which I think that's a really good way to reflect and grow yourself by learning from your older peers and your younger peers alike. And in this way, I think it's really helped me and a lot of my peers in Junior Chick help shape our values and our beliefs by talking to one another in this group discussion setting where we can talk about our Hindu values and what we're learning in class.
Hari Om from Chinmaya Mission Phoenix. We are here to talk to you about the language classes at Chinmaya Mission Phoenix. It's an exciting environment where we have 5 different languages where we teach kids about their native languages, how to write, how to recognize, and how, most importantly, to speak. Those 5 languages in alphabetical order that we teach here are Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Tamil, and Telugu. Each of these classes have a basic level class as well as intermediate and advanced level classes depending upon the size of the kids and the interest and the skill level. In the basic level class, we get the kids oriented to their native language. We teach them the letters, we help them recognize those letters, and then most importantly, we get them comfortable with speaking simple words. As the kids learn, then we take them over to intermediate and advanced level classes where they continue to grow the same skills. All of this ends at the year end in an annual day display of everything that they have learned. In the annual day, these kids do some fantastic work. Some of them will sing songs. Some of the classes will do skits. All of these displays, all designed around showcasing everything that they've learned around the year. So it's a fun environment, all run by volunteer parents, just like all other Chinmaya missions around the world. Hari Om.
Hari Om. This past week, Phoenix, Arizona had the fortune to participate in Chinmaya Amrit Mahotsav, celebrating 75 years of the Chinmaya movement. While we called this a yatra or a journey, the destination was not to some faraway place, but rather the destination was to bring our attention, thoughts, and efforts back to our own hearts. For it is in our own hearts that the Divine God Himself resides. Our yatra began on Sunday, January 18th, with a screening of the movie On a Quest. On this day, the entire congregation of Chinmaya Goloka was engrossed in a story of Swami Chinmayananda's life, gaining new appreciation of his courage and conviction. Following the movie, we hosted a virtual game night on Monday, testing our speed and knowledge of Vedanta. It was a fun and interactive session for people of all ages. On Tuesday, we were treated to a virtual satsang with Brahmacharini Sandhyaji from Chinmaya Mission LA. Following Hanumanji's example, we were inspired to dedicate ourselves to serving the Lord in every aspect of our lives. The yatra continued with an interactive reflection session by members of our mission on Wednesday. Moved by the movie On a Quest, members shared personal takeaways from Guruji's life. We injected fun and camaraderie with a game show on Guruji's journey, documented in On a Quest. Our yatra then moved back in person to our center as we were graced by Pujya Swami Ishwaranandaji. Over the course of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Swamiji lifted us up with Jnana Yajna. With his characteristic humility, simplicity, and humor, he decoded the eternal life lessons in the Gita Panchamrit. In the presence of Swamiji and through the in-person satsang, we found peace in our hearts. Our yatra culminated in the sacred Guru Paduka Puja on Saturday. The puja honored the everlasting knowledge made possible through Swami Chinmayananda's life and service. As we celebrated his life, we also celebrated the knowledge he continues to spread through our mission and the world. We capped off Saturday by allowing the joy to burst out through our voices, bodies, and souls by bhajan clubbing. Dancing to the beats of Bhagwan's glory, we celebrated as a united Chinmaya family. We concluded our journey on January 25th with a final reflection on the Gita Panchamrit. 75 years is a significant milestone in our history, but in the context of the truth we study, it is just the beginning. The Amrit, or nectar, we celebrated this week is a living presence that we now carry forward. Though the yatra has ended, the movement continues within each of us. Many thanks to the organizers, the volunteers, and all of you. Let us carry this light into our daily lives with more gratitude and peace in our hearts. Om Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
So this Amrit Mahotsav that is celebrating 75 years of Chinmaya Mission is not just a remembrance of the past, it is a call to participate in a living legacy. Gurudev's message ever resonates of selfless action, inner strength, compassion. All of this are more relevant now than ever, and it is a clarion call for all of us to act and walk the path that he showed.
To be born in this land and not know the words of the Gita is like inheriting a palace and living in the cowshed. The Bhagavad Gita is not a book to be kept in the puja room. It is a manual for life, clear, practical, transformative. It wasn't whispered in a forest to some old bearded monk. It was thundered on a battlefield to a young prince in turmoil, just like today's youth. True growth is self-effort. You must rise by yourself within yourself. And you yourself is your own soul enemy.
Sri Bhagavanuvacha Uttharedatmanatmanam Natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu Atmaiva ripuratmanaha.
Why is meditation difficult for beginners? Red, incorrect equipment. Blue, environmental discomfort. Yellow, BMI dominates as master. And green, wrong symbol or mantra. BMI dominates as master. Most of y'all got that right. Let's go see the scoreboard. PR is on the top and SN has the highest answer streak of 5.
Thank you so much for joining us today to celebrate the Amrit Mahotsav of Chinmaya Mission Phoenix. My name is Sajid, and this is my wife Nirmala. Our younger daughter Shruti is also here with us. And our older daughter Surabhi has joined on a separate Zoom call. As a family, we have been part of Chinmaya Mission Phoenix for about 18 years. In fact, we joined the mission the very next day after we moved to Phoenix.
Our eldest daughter Surabhi, she graduated from Phoenix from Chinmaya Mission few years ago, and our younger one Shruti, so she will be graduating this year. When we moved to Phoenix, we didn't know anyone. We didn't have family, we didn't have friends. Chinmaya Mission Phoenix quickly became our family, and our kids still consider Chinmaya Mission Phoenix as their second home. Growing up, for me, Chinmaya Mission was it was very limited. I didn't have any knowledge about it, but being part of Chinmaya Mission Phoenix, it has definitely changed our lives, like how we think, how we live, and how we stay connected with others and our roots. It has definitely helped us.
May we continue to give back, even in small ways, to a mission that has given so much to us. And may we keep walking this journey together with joy, humility, and devotion. Hari Om.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ.
Hari Om, and welcome to day 2 of our virtual yatra at Chinmaya Mission Phoenix. As you all know, and if you were not here yesterday, I would quickly tell you what Chinmaya Amrit Yatra is. This is commemorating 75 years of Chinmaya Mission. Chinmaya Mission's 75th anniversary began on 31st December 2025 from Pune, continuing across India until 23rd October 2026. And Yatra spans all the states in India and going through spreading the message of Gurudev's Jnana Yajnas all over. And we are doing, because we can't partake in the real Yatra, we are partaking here in a virtual Yatra where all the Chinmaya Mission centers in the country here will do their own activities. So that is what we are going to do.
Hari Om, everyone. No frustrations to one and all, our Chinmaya family of Chinmaya Golok. It is my joy to be in satsang with you tonight. And thank you for the opportunity so that I can do some vichara out loud. So thank you for joining in that. So good if you know Swami Prakashananda ji. That means my Trinidad accent may not be so difficult, but I will try my best. All right. Let us just chant the name of Hanumanji and Sri Ramachandra ji for a minute, and we'll do some shloka and we'll see. Om samasta jana kalyani niratam karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Giram Yatkrapatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam.
In terms of the question, what advice would you give when we have work to do that doesn't seem to have any obvious purpose to it? How do we still do that in Ram's name?
Oh, Hari Om. Thank you so much. That's a very good question, and I think it's a question that it's something that is in the minds of a lot of people, mostly because we tend to have an idea in our minds of what the work of the Lord ought to be, right? But sometimes, number one, the first thing is that my work actually should fall in line with my swabhava, whatever is my swabhava. So if I like painting and arts, the arts, then my work should be in line with that somehow. But of course, we live in a world where we have to pay bills. So that might not always be feasible. It might not always be practical. So we may end up having to do a job, which really might not be something that I'm particularly interested in.
It is very inspiring. And just to know, you mentioned that, even when you're blinking or doing the smallest of things, thinking that is an offering to the Lord, right? That just makes life so beautiful. But often we get so entangled with our duties and things that it's hard to always have that mindset. Any practical tips to always be in that mindset?
Yeah. So truthfully, it takes practice, right? Anything like that takes practice because it's a habit that we have to form. And it starts with the the simple things. So waking up, I always say bracket your day with the Lord. Wake up in the morning, and before anything else, like especially when you're parents, you have 100 things that you have to do before, you can even take care of yourself. So even if it means just waking up 5 minutes earlier, and in that 5 minutes, let it be the most impactful 5 minutes.
We will have Gobiji starting off wonderfully with his reflections on what he thinks a quest means.
So the one thing that really changed me is when I started helping at Chinmaya Mission, I felt a different sense of, fulfillment, because it's not like I felt I was gaining something personally. It was not that I was going after a reward and I know some of this might sound cliche, but I felt a really big sense of satisfaction that it was almost like a different kind of happiness, that I'm not trying to get something. Like whatever I'm doing is, the Chinmaya Mission as a whole is benefiting. So whether it's, cleaning up the kitchen or running a program like this, like a yatra, it's just that it's a different sense of fulfillment. So I wish I could do the same thing for every day in my life. Like whatever I do, if I can just live my life the same way, I think for me it'll be awesome. So that is my quest. I know it's hard. Sometimes I succeed, sometimes I don't, but I wish I could do that. In everything that I do, I can live my life on the same way. So that's my reflection.
We will go to Rajesh ji for his reflections.
Thank you, Hariom. Those are kind of my three main reflections. The first being that extroverted nature and introverted nature is not necessarily the goal. It's more about where do you get your affirmation from? Is it extroversion or is it introversion that you get your affirmation from? But if your vasanas are to be an organizer, which is what Gurudev was, then you should certainly express that vasana. That is the mode that you have. That's reflection number one. Reflection number two is this idea of putting thought and meditation into where are we trying to go as a goal in our own lives? What is the destination of our quest? And then maybe the path will become more clear. And then the third reflection I took away is time for active introspection, scheduling time to listen to something and then purposely not do anything, but reflect upon what I listened to. So those are my three reflections. Thank you.
Going to now Neha ji to hear her thoughts.
Hope that we have that hope. And at the same time, being humble, because you never know who is there in the spiritual journey. Starting as an atheist in the same lifetime, you really don't know. So there's a hope and there's humility towards other people as well. Because when you look at somebody who's getting angry, jealous, all of these easy emotions, you really feel like at one time, even we were there. It may have taken so many births for us to really come to a place where we are here together and really value knowledge. We really value Chinmaya Mission's mission. It may have taken us a lot of births. So just knowing and being humble towards understanding towards other people. I think ultimately, Gurudev showed us you shouldn't give up and be diligent in the path. And he really, is always guiding us through that path, through that journey, telling us that give more than what you take and, produce more than what you consume.
Really broken down into 4 sections, and the 5th one I added just to add, the continuity to it. With the questions, here is a first question for you. You have 20 seconds, so it's going to be very quick. What primarily ignited Swami Chinmayananda's spiritual quest? Childhood religious training, inner dissatisfaction with superficial answers, torture from the British government, attraction to life in monastery. Quest is on Guru Shishya bond, humility, discipline, and surrender. The movie shows 2 gurus for Gurudev, his Diksha Guru, Swami Shivananda, and Swami Tabovanam, whom he spent a lot of time learning the scriptures in depth with.
With our qualities. And one of the first things that a living guru would do is to kind of break that strong identifications that we hold on to so we can see the truth without ego, without all the different things that color our perceptions. So that was a very interesting
and so forth. And having been in the US for such a long time, and when my kids were younger, my older one being about 4 or 5, we were living in Chicago at the time, and he was kind of confused about his identity from an ethnic perspective, because at Badri campus, there's several of them in the Chicago area. And we started going to that. And as part of taking him to it, I also, like Gopiji mentioned, I started actually attending the adult classes as well. I personally find myself having less of those moments of impatience that I maybe started off with, or the moments of anger or things like that, and just having the satsang with the other adults that are also going through day-to-day life and trying to figure out how do we apply our teachings to our day-to-day lives is really important. And even if it's a very, very small change, it's still a journey that we are in the correct path on getting to at some point.
How do you choose to live your life? Are you preparing for what is to come by engaging in spiritual pursuits, or are you just indulging in the today and not thinking about the tomorrow and just being worried and fearful at that time? So I'd leave you with that thought.
We are celebrating this year 75th anniversary of Chinmaya Mission. It's called Amrit Mahotsav. And here actually it is a very correct place because it is Hari's zone, Harizona. Just like the banks of a river make sure that water is given direction to move, so too the intellect or the buddhi developed by education, proper information, independent thinking, etc., will direct your thoughts in the right direction. Therefore, the second instruction Bhagavan Krishna gives is, Na atmanam avasadayet. Never look down upon yourself. Avasadanam. Uddared atmanatmanam. Natmanam avasadayet. And these 5 verses which you are going to see, not only you memorize it, remember the meaning, apply to yourself, and when you are able to find peace. There, I know that. Swamiji, I'm completely at peace while you are talking. Is it not true every night? Not for teenagers. Teenagers starts at 1 o'clock. For all of us, common man, I mean normal people, around 10, 11 o'clock or so, right, in the night, you settle down and slow down and etc. and then you go to bed and sleep. Is it not that every day after you wake up from the sleep, say, such a peaceful sleep. So what gives you that peace in the state of sleep? Not the world. Because you went to sleep, not only you are peaceful, the world is also peaceful. So jnana adhikari vairagi. A man of dispassion alone is to have adhikara for jnanam. Who is the bhakti adhikari? Bhakti adhikari is one who has prapatti, meaning surrender. Surrender to God. Are you? No? Ask yourself, what are our adhikara? What is our qualification? Do we have that total dispassion to pursue knowledge? Do you have a total surrender to God to pursue devotion? Do you have ability, can you quieten your mind at will? Then you are dhyana adhikari. You are eligible and qualified for meditation. वो भी नहीं है. So therefore, what we are at the present moment, karma adhikari. What is a karma adhikari? Do without worrying about the results. When you go to sleep, do you have any doubt? Tomorrow I may not wake up. Then you will never go to sleep. What is the faith that you have that you will get up tomorrow? Tell me. Anybody told you that you will get up tomorrow? I have been existing, tomorrow also I will exist. Of course, if you are 98, you will have a doubt there. Swamiji, I don't know. Goodbye to you now, today itself. I don't know whether I will get up tomorrow. So even as you go to sleep, your own existence you don't experience. And obviously others don't experience your existence because you have gone into sleep. That you got, so Gaya. You have gone to sleep. Where have you gone? Now tell me, where have you gone when you sleep? Do you go anywhere? Where do you go? To the dead room, right? Sorry, bedroom, right? That's why they call it the dead room. And the other place is called living room. One is a living room, one is the dead room. They make a little change at the bedroom. Where there is division, it is not love, it is attachment. Because to attach, you must be different from the one which you are getting attached to. That's why sometimes they call suitcases attachee. Right?
In Bhagavan or with Bhagavan, you don't get attached. You find the divisionlessness. That is what is called devotion. But in the beginning stages of our life where we have so many attachments, with our spouse, with our children, with our house, with so many things, to exclusively remember God and connect to God is difficult. Therefore, that also they do as an attachment only. To Bhagavan also they use the same way. Sometimes you ask anybody, whom do you like in your life? And whom do you love? If you go out, there is a tree. Is it alive or not? Yes. Show me the brain. Show me the heart. Show me. How do you say it's alive? Without the heart and the brain. Life is imperceptible, invisible, but without whose presence? Heart will not beat, brain will not work. That very life in us, pulsating all the moment, as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi would say, that remains you all the time as awareness, which is in the form of I am, I am, I am. No gender, no form. That I am, Krishna says, to that presence me, you offer everything. In Bhagavad Gita, 3 things are said to be very important for everybody to do in life. Yajna, Danam, Tapaha. Yajno, Danam, Tapaschaiva, Pavanani Manishinam. So, na mama means not mine. So, whom are you offering? Fire. When you offer anything to the fire, it won't come back. And what you offer is the material things, but your prayers and mantras that you chant before you offer, that power is taken to the gods whom you are worshipping. That is why it is called Agni. The very word Agni means Agre Nayati idi Agri. Agni. Meaning it takes it from you. Agre, before Nayati leads. I don't want to go too technical on this. When you do Ananyas Chintayanto Man Ye Jana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhiyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamyaham. Whichever condition we are in, there are situations in life where we do not get what we want, or we will be disappointed by situations. Not only adults, even children. Nowadays, depression among the children is more. And in those times, how do you advise them? Or what should they do? They should be given this encouragement. Gurudev used to say, even this will pass away. Nothing remains the same. Everything is under constant change. The situation now or this present moment will go away also. There should be a constant updating of buddhi. Just because a person has intellect does not mean intelligent. Buddhi hai, even though it can be buddhu. Only the goal high and work for that goal, don't settle down for limited results that come on your way. Gudakesha, Sarvabhusa Shayastitaha, Ahamadischa Madhyancha Bhutanam. So you have to understand Krishna what he actually says at what time. Sometimes he says Ishvara, sometimes he says Brahman, it's an Atman. So when he says Madarpanam Kurushva, meaning consider me as the holiest presence in you, and whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you ask, offer a sacrifice, whatever you donation, whatever tapas you do, do everything keeping in mind that you're doing it for me. Once you cross that, the whole of Bhagavad Gita is how not to worry. Because we are filled with that all the time. We are not only worried, we are buried. Buried in the worry. And eat burrito. See, Bhagavad Gita or Upanishad, any text, you should love and joyfully read it. This Vedanta should be practiced with great joy. Don't say, sadhana karna chahiye. I don't know why I'm doing this. I made a mistake of coming to the Swami.
Do it with joy, with enthusiasm. Study with laughter and happiness. And don't carry yourself like as though you took some quarter cup of castor oil. So you see, we are given name Ananda at the end, right? Ishwara Ananda. Ananda hona chahiye. Okay, so I thank the organizers for doing this wonderful job, inviting me and inviting you. Gurudev used to say, you know, you are here and I am also here. I am here. That is your prarabdha. And you are here. That is my prarabdha. And we are together are here. And that is what they have done, the organizers, to share this knowledge, which is endless. Gita is endlessly you can go on. Because as you dig deeper and deeper and deeper, you find greater and greater revealing of truths, which make our life far better than what you started with. So that is the joy of Vedanta, learning and understanding, reflecting, thinking and experiencing. All right, so thank you all for everyone. So
we'll do the Sankalpa one more time. Take some akshata in your left hand. Keep it here like that. Okay.
ममोपाता समस्त दुर्दक्षे द्वारा श्री परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थम श्री स्वामी चिन्मयानंद प्रीत्यर्थम शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते आद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय परार्थे श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे कलियुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बुद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतखण्डे मेरोर् उत्तर दक्षिण पार्श्वे शगाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके विश्वावषष्टि संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसु नाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे शिशिर ऋतौ मघमासे शुक्लपक्षे षष्ठीतिथ्यौ रेवती नक्षत्रयुक्तायां शुभयोग शुभकरण सकल विशेषण विशिष्टायां से अस्माकं गोत्र शिवगोत्र which one? Mohan Bhargav Gotrasya Gotroudbhavasya name. Name. Through nakshatra first and then name. Now, what is your nakshatra? Rohini nakshatra yuktayam name. Name. Through namadheyasya. No, you cannot. Kashyap Gotroudbhavasya. No, nakshatra and name. Asya dharmapatniyaah Sagala Kudumbanam Shema Stairya Virya Vijaya Ayur Arogya Aishwarya Abhivalyartham Dharma Artha Kama Moksha Chadurvidha Phalapurushartha Siddhyartham Sri Swami Chinmayananda Preetyartham Anyonya Sahayana Mildopachara Drabhyai Shodashopachara Pujam Karishye. Take it in your right hand. Put it onto one of those. This one. And you pour water onto his hand. You put it on. And both, just pour both water and wash it down. So they basically just said what they're going to do, why they're doing that, what they hope to gain, and now they'll proceed with doing what they said they're going to do. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्म विद्वरम्. We can move the Ganesha to the side and we can focus on the Bhagavata now. Yeah, if you want to come closer, that's fine. Yeah, so now we are welcoming Gurudev here. अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः. Guru dhyayami avahayami. So now we are bringing the Guru here, okay? We are just asking him to come and bless us. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. You can also say Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Asanarthanai Pushpai Samarpayami. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Padyam Samarpayami. Stavaram Jangamam Vyaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Argyam Samarpayami. So we are offering Yat Sarvam Trilokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Achamaniyam Samarpayami. Vashalti Shiroratna Virajita Padambuja Viratmambuja Suryoyaha Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Snanam Samarpayami. So we'll do the Abhishekam. We'll do the Abhishekam. So you guys can come closer and we'll chant. No, Rajesh and I will chant. So we'll chant the Purusha Sukta. So you start with water, then we can move this one out. We can do the decoration after we can put it. And then, then water, clean it out, wash it, and then wipe it down. It will take us about 10 minutes. You guys can, milk and water, and finally wash it down. We can take the plate also out so that we can drain it here. Purushah sahasraksha sahasrapad sabhumim vishwato vritva atyatishtat dashangulam purusha evedagum sarvam yadbhuram yachabhavyam utamrutattvaseshanah yadannenatirohati etavanasya mahima ato jayaguscha purushah पादोस्य विश्वाभूतानि त्रिपादस्यामृतं दिवि त्रिपादूर्ध्व उदय पुरुषः पादोस्येहात्मवात् पुनः ततो विश्वं व्यक्रामत् शासनानशने अभि तस्मात् विराड जायत विराजो अधिपुरुषः स जातो अत्यरिच्यत पश्चात् भूमिमथो पुरः यत्पुरुषेण हविषा देवा यज्ञमतन्वत वसन्तो अस्यासीदाज्याम् ग्रीष्म इध्मः शरद्कविः सप्तास्यासन् परिधयः त्रिसप्तः समिधः कृताः देवा यद्यज्ञम् तन्वानाः अबध्नन् पुरुषम् वशुम् तं यज्ञम् बर्हिषि प्रोक्षन् पुरुषम् जातमग्रतः तेन देवा अयजन्त साध्या ऋषयश्च ये तस्मात् कृष्णात् सर्वभूतः सम्पृतम् वृषदाज्यम् पशुगस्तागश्चक्रे वायव्यान् आरण्यान् ग्राम्याश्च ये तस्मात् यज्ञात् सर्वभूतः सामानि जञ्जिरे छन्दागुंसि जञ्जिरे तस्मात् यजुस्तस्मात् अजायत तस्मादश्वा जायन्त एकेचोभयादतः गावोह जञ्जिरे तस्मात् जाता अजावयः यत्पुरुषम् व्यददुः कथिता व्यकल्पयन् मुखम् किमस्य कौ बाहु काऊरूपत उच्येते ब्राह्मणोऽस्य मुखमासीत् बाहुराजन्यः कृतः ऊरू तदस्य यद्वैश्यः भद्रागम् शूद्रो अजायत चन्द्रमा मनसो जातः चक्षो सूर्यो अजायत मुखादिन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च प्राणाद्वायुरजायत ताभ्या आसीदन्तरिक्षम् शीष्णौ द्यौ समवर्तत पद्भ्याम् भूमिर्दिशः श्रोत्रात् तथा लोकागम् अकल्पयन् वेदाहमेदम् पुरुषम् महान्तम् आदित्यवर्णम् तमसस्तु पारे सर्वाणि रूपाणि विचित्य धीरः नामानि कृत्वाभिवदन् यथास्ते दादा पुरस्ताद्यमुदाजहार शक्रप्रविद्वान् प्रतिशस्ततस्रः तमेवम् विद्वानमुदयः भवति नान्यः पन्था अयनाय विद्यते यज्ञेन यज्ञमयजन्त देवाः तानि धर्माणि प्रथमान्यासन् ते हनागम् महिमानः सजन्ते यत्र पूर्वे साध्याः सन्ति देवाः अद्भ्यः सम्भूतपृथिव्यैरसाच्च विश्वकर्मणः समवर्तदाति तस्य पृष्ठा विधदद्रूपमेति You can decorate. आदित्यवर्णम् तमसः परस्तात् तमेवम् विद्वानमृतैः भवति नान्यः पन्था विद्यतेयनाय प्रजापतिश्चरति गर्भे अन्तः अजायमानो बहुधा विजायते तस्य धीरा परिजानन्ति योनिम् मरीचीनाम् वदमिच्छन्ति वेदसः यो देवेभ्य आतपति यो देवानाम् पुरोहितः पूर्वो यो देवेभ्यो जातः नमो ऋचाय ब्राह्मये ऋचम् ब्राह्मम् जनयन्तः देवा अग्रे तदब्रुवन् यस्त्वैवम् ब्राह्मणो विद्यात् तस्य देवा असन्वशे ह्रीश्च ते लक्ष्मीश्च पत्न्यौ अहोरात्रे पार्श्वे नक्षत्राणि रूपम् विश्विनो व्यात्ताम् इष्टम् मनिषाण अमुम् मनिषाण सर्वम् मनिषाण ॐ च होरावृणीमहे गातुम् यज्ञाय गातुम् यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वम् जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शञ्चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्तिः 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 चैतन्य शाश्वतः शान्तः व्योमातीतो निरञ्जनः बिन्दुनादकलातीतः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः वस्त्रं समर्पयामि ज्ञानशक्तिसमारूढः तत्त्वमाला विभूषितः भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदाता च तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः दिव्यगन्धान् धारयामि कुङ्कुमं समर्पयामि अक्षतान् समर्पयामि जन्म सम्प्राप्त कर्मबन्धविहारिणे आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः अक्षतान् समर्पयामि शोषणं भवसिन्धोश्च यावनं सारसम्पदः गुरोपादोदकं सम्यक् तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः पुष्पै पूजयामि We'll do the 108 names now. Okay. Maybe they can give. Om Ajaya Namaha. Om Avyayaya Namaha. Om Avinashine Namaha. Om Acintyaya Namaha. Or you guys can focus, he can chant. Om Advaitaya Namaha. Om Aniketaya Namaha. Om Anushasana Priyaya Namaha. Om Antasakshine Namaha. Om Antaryamine Namaha. Om Anandaya Namaha. Om Atmaswarupaya Namaha. Om Angala Bhasha Viduttamaya Namaha. Om Ishwaraya Namaha. Om Udara Hridayaya Namaha. Om Utsahavardhakaya Namaha. Om Ekasmai Namaha. Om Omkaravide Namaha. Om Karunasagaraya Namaha. Om Karmaparayanaaya Namaha. Om Kalatitaya Namaha. Om Kaivalyaswarupaya Namaha. Om Kritatmane Namaha. Om Kritakritaya Namaha. Om Gita Jnana Yajna Pracharataya Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gunaditaya Namaha. Om Granthakrite Namaha. Om Chinmayaya Namaha. Om Chinna Samshayaya Namaha. Om Jagadatmane Namaha. Om Jagadakshine Namaha. Om Janapriyaya Namaha. Om Jitendriyaya Namaha. Om Jiva Brahmayate Namaha. Om Jivan Muktaya Namaha. Om Jirna Mandirodharaya Namaha. Om Tapovana Shishyaya Namaha. Om Tapasvine Namaha. Om Tapanashanaya Namaha. Om Tirthaswarupaya Namaha. Om Tejasvine Namaha. Om Dehaditaya Namaha. Om Dvandaditaya Namaha. Om Dridhanishchayaya Namaha. Om Dharma Samstapakaya Namaha. Om Dhimate Namaha. Om Dhiraya Namaha. Om Dhairyapradaya Namaha. Om Narayanaya Namaha. Om Nijanandaya Namaha. Om Nirapayishaya Namaha. Om Nisprihaya Namaha. Om Nirupaya Namaha. Om Nirvikalpaya Namaha. Om Nityaya Namaha. Om Niranjanaya Namaha. Om Paramaya Namaha. ॐ परब्रह्मणे नमः ॐ पावनाय नमः ॐ पावकाय नमः ॐ पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः ॐ प्रसन्नात्मने नमः ॐ फालसक्रियाय नमः ॐ पावकाय नमः ॐ बन्धमोचकाय नमः ॐ ब्रह्मनिष्ठाय नमः ॐ ब्रह्मप्रदाय नमः ॐ भयनाशनाय नमः ॐ भरतगौरवाय नमः ॐ भूम्रे नमः ॐ महावाक्योपदेशकाय नमः ॐ महर्षते नमः ॐ मधुस्वभावाय नमः ॐ मनोहराय नमः ॐ महात्मने नमः ॐ मेधाविने नमः ॐ यतात्मने नमः ॐ यज्ञकृते नमः ॐ लोकप्रसिद्धाय नमः ॐ वाग्मिने नमः ॐ विभवे नमः ॐ विनोदप्रियाय नमः ॐ विनाशीलाय नमः ॐ वीतरागाय नमः ॐ वेदान्तविद्याय नमः ॐ शान्ताय नमः ॐ शान्तिप्रदाय नमः ॐ शास्त्रोद्धराय नमः ॐ शुद्धसत्त्वाय नमः ॐ श्रुतिपराजाय नमः ॐ श्रोत्रयाय नमः ॐ सन्न्यासिने नमः ॐ समबुद्धये नमः ॐ सच्चिदानन्दाय नमः ॐ सर्वचिन्तकाय नमः ॐ सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः ॐ सन्तुष्टाय नमः ॐ साधवे नमः ॐ सुमनसे नमः ॐ सुहृदे नमः ॐ स्वयं ज्योतिषे नमः ॐ स्थितप्रज्ञाय नमः ॐ क्षमाशीलाय नमः ॐ ज्ञानमूर्तये नमः ॐ ज्ञानयोगिने नमः ॐ ज्ञानतृप्ताय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धबुद्धमुक्तस्वरूपाय नमः ॐ नित्यशुद्धवे नमः नानाविध पत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि न गुरोरधिकं तत्त्वं न गुरोरधिकं तपः तत्त्वज्ञानात् परं नास्ति तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्रीचिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः धूपमाग्रापयामि नादः श्रीजगन्नाथः मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः मदात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ श्रीचिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि दीपानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि सच्चिन्मयाय विद्महे गुरुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो गुरुः प्रचोदयात् ॐ श्रीचिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः निवेद्यं निवेदयामि Keep it. There is a tulsi leaf in there. I think she approved. We'll do first, then fruits next. Om Bhuvasva, Om Tatsadurvarenyam, Bhagavadevasya Dhimahi, Yo Yo Namah Prachodayat, Devasya Vitaprasavah, Satyam Nuptena Vashinjami, Om Swami Chinmaya Swami Namaha, Amritam Bhavatu Amalo Vastarayam.
The finger, touching the little finger, and move from the root to Gurudev. And say Pranaya Swaha.
Om Pranaya.
Use this finger. Om Apanaya Swaha.
Om Udanaya Swaha. Om Udanaya Swaha. Om Samanaya Swaha. Om Brahmane Swaha. Nivedyam nivedayami, madhya madhya amritamanyam samarpayami, amritabhidhanamasi. We'll do fruits also after this. We'll just give fruits also. Rajeshji, move this one out. Keep the fruits here. We'll do one more time. We'll do the same thing. Om Pranaya Swaha, Om Apanaya Swaha, Om Vyanaya Swaha, Om Udanaya Swaha, Om Samanaya Swaha, Om Brahmane Swaha. Ashmirabalam. षट्पञ्चफलं निवेदयामि मध्ये मध्ये अमृतपानीयं समर्पयामि अमृताभिधानमसि नैवेद्यानन्तरमाचमनीयं समर्पयामि कुकीबलसमायुक्तं नागवल्लेदलितं कर्पूर्णचूर्णसंयुक्तं ताम्बूलं प्रतिगृह्यताम् न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति यो वेदादौ स्वरप्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः मङ्गलनीराञ्जनं सन्दर्शयामि नीराञ्जनानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि बृहत्सामशत्रवृत्तविष्णुयं दृष्टुभौजस्युभिदमुग्रवीरम् इन्द्रस्तोमेन पञ्चदशेन मध्यमिदं वातेन सगरेण रक्षान् धारयामि
अनंत संसार समुद्रतार नौकायिकाभ्यां गुरुभक्तिकाभ्यां वैराग्य साम्राज्य तपोजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां कवित्ववाराशि निशाकराभ्यां दौर्भाग्यदावां बुधमालिकाभ्यां दूरीकृतानन्द्रविभक्तिदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां लताययो श्री पतितां समीयुः कदाचिदभ्यासु दरिद्रवर्याः मूकाश्च वाचस्पतितां गीताभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां दारीकनिकाशपदाकृताभ्यां नानाविमोहादिनिवारिकाभ्यां नमर्जनाभीष्टगतिप्रदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां कृपालिमौली व्रजरत्नकान्ति सरिद्विराजगजकन्यकाभ्यां नृपत्पदाभ्यां नतलोकपङ्क्तेः
नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां
पापान्धकारात्तपरम्पराभ्यां तापत्रयादीन्द्रगणेश्वराभ्यां जाड्यातिसंशोषणपाणवाभ्यां
नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां
स्वार्थापराणां समर्पणाभ्यां स्वाहा सहायाक्षदुरन्तराभ्यां स्वान्ताच्च भावप्रदपूजनाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री
गुरुपादुकाभ्यां
समाधिषट्कप्रदवैभवाभ्यां समाधिदानप्रददीक्षिताभ्यां रमादवाङ्घ्रिस्थिरभक्तिदाभ्यां
नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां
कामादिसर्पव्रजकारुणाभ्यां विवेकवैराग्यनिधिप्रदाभ्यां बोधप्रदाभ्यां धृतमोक्षदाभ्यां नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां
नमो नमः श्री गुरुपादुकाभ्यां योपां पुष्पं वेद पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति चन्द्रमा वा अपां पुष्पां पुष्पवान् प्रजावान् पशुमान् भवति श्रीचिन्मयानन्दस्वामिने नमः पुष्पं मन्त्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव Just touch him a little bit and just let him go back.
Do one more arti, Gurudev Arti.
सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की आरती सद्गुरु की। उनके शांति समाये शरणागत की भ्रांति मिटाए ताप संताप हरण की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की। वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्धबाई के तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे भक्त हृदय आनंद शोध की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की जय। पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। न तत्सत् न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नागं निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते तद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्था सन्न्यासयोगात् यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे। दह्रं विपापं परमेष्मभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमद्य सग्रस्थं तद्भ्राविदह्रं गगनं विशोगस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यं यो वेदादौ स्वरप्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः। श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु। हरिः ओं तत्सत्।
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मो न तथा जयत्र गजला गान्धारनीरोत्तरा शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वदनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।